show. And our next guest is a model across the board. I love eccentric, wild, fun, even OnlyFans, Belladonna. Thanks for coming by.
Hi, thank you so much for having me today. It's such a pleasure.
Of course, you're drop dead gorgeous. Like,
Thank you.
love the vibes, the look, everything, alternative. We were just talking before we started the podcast, and I want to learn more about this and educate my listeners. So, her page got deleted right before we were going to do this podcast, and I guess like enlighten me more about what you were saying. What happened?
Instagram TOS tends to change a bit as far as like what they allow for like modeling and nudity and what they allow to show. So there's specific things that you can't do. Like a lot of the times girls get flagged if they just like have something like covering a nipple versus like an actual bra or something. Like if it's a piece of cloth or like a hand or something, sometimes it'll flag that. Or sometimes girls will get flagged for having like bare booty cheek out, which has happened to me a couple times, even if you're not showing like any nudity or anything aside from just butt cheek, they'll still flag that as well. So just a few of those varying factors. And then, like I
I
said, they
think there should
update
be
that.
freedom, like post what you want. I understand age restrictions, not letting your
Yeah.
kids see some things, but I think if you're adults, post what you want. I got something taken down because I was holding my boobs, doing like a singing thing, doing a lip
Hmm.
syncing. But I have noticed TikTok, I just made one last year, is much more strict than Instagram. Instagram's pretty, with what I can say too, even verbally, TikTok just shuts me down and flags me all the time. Do you have
Hmm.
a platform that you like the most?
I have been experimenting more with TikTok, and I personally really enjoy it because I feel like I specifically, as an alternative girl, the algorithm seems to pick me up and just kind of carry me on there versus other places like Instagram, Facebook, where it might be a little more like conservative. I feel like it takes a little bit more work for a person like me, to get the word out. So I've been
Yeah.
experimenting with everything for the past year, and I've been experimenting with a ton of different platforms like X, Instagram, Reddit. I hopped on Blue Sky for a minute as well, TikTok. So I'm just kind of still like feeling what's working best, but so far TikTok, and Reddit seems to be paying off.
So all my guy friends are obsessed with Reddit. All my fellow radio and podcaster guys,
Mhm.
I've checked it out. I don't get it. I don't get what am I missing about why Reddit's so fun?
Reddit is one of those things where you kind of have to put a little bit of work into it for it to like pay off, if that makes sense. I know you kind of have to do that with every platform, but as far as like posting and everything, a lot of the times the groups and like the posting that you're allowed to do is based on the karma you collect. And there's post karma and there's like comment karma as well. So a lot of the times you can't post in some of these groups unless you have like 1,000 or so karma at a time. So then it takes work to get in these smaller groups and like build up the karma just from interactions and stuff. Even like outside of sex work, you can do posts to rack up karma. But once you put that work into it and you get that karma, then you can get into a lot of these more like niche groups, which is really nice. There's a lot of really, really niche groups on Reddit. Um, and it can kind of help you spread your influence more, if that makes sense.
It's wild to me. It sounds like cliques in high school that you're trying to fit in and kind of get into with everybody and be a little bit liked. I mean, it makes sense and if it
Hmm.
benefits what you're doing. But wow, so it sounds like a lot of work. I guess I made these pages a year ago because I deleted all mine, and I just like Instagram. That's kind of where I'm at, and it's
Yeah.
where I put in my work. But I can't imagine multiple pages. Does it ever get exhausting, kind of trying to post everywhere?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I personally have been on a bit of a burnout recently because I also have a different job and I've been working really hard at that, kind of like restructuring everything there. So I've kind of been slacking on my social media. And then my Instagram got deleted, of course. So I was like, all right, let me just set this down for a second so I can focus on this and then, come back to it with a new plan. But it
Well, I'm
definitely
glad you're
does get
back.
exhausting. And some people hire like posters or they use programs to help them like plan posts for their for their social media specifically, just so they don't fall behind on
Yeah.
that because it's a lot of work.
And it's expensive. Like I've gotten email offers, hey, can we post for you? Can we manage you and take 10%? But like you have to pay into it. And
Hmm.
I go, no way am I gonna, I don't know, get into that. Cause I have a real job, right? And then this is
Right.
like really fun and hobby. But if it ever became a real job, I totally understand than someone joining a company and having them take over for you. When did you start modeling and like get into modeling?
So I did my first photo shoot in 2019, which like I always knew I kind of had a passion for it, but I wouldn't say I got more into modeling until around 2022, 2023. I kind of started getting out into the community more and then I met more people who were like doing modeling and stuff. So then I kind of networked and then I just started doing it and expanded my platform from there. And I really love it. And I'm also really lucky where I'm in a position where I own my own business. So I can do what I want and I don't have to worry about a company being like, oh, we're going to fire you because you do OnlyFans. You know what I mean? I kind
Yeah,
of just run my own business, do myself. And, the contractors, the people I work for, they know what I do and they support me. So I'm just
that's
really
cool.
lucky in that manner. Yeah.
Everyone's getting a lot more open-minded. Everyone except the schools. Because
Yeah.
I modeled a lot back in the day when I was a lot younger, and I would have completely done OnlyFans if it was around at the time that I was, in that vibe. But it's wild. My kids, it's directly on the rule book. They
Mhm.
can be kicked out of school if I'm caught showing too much skin on a platform, which I think is just
Wow.
kind of weird. Yeah,
That's
they don't.
absurd to me, honestly, in my
Yeah,
own opinion.
yeah, it's wild. When did you cross over from just kind of edgier modeling to showing more or wanting to maybe show more?
I kind of got into OnlyFans from a partner kind of telling me about it and being like, I think this is something that might work well for you and that you might enjoy. So we kind of worked at it a bit together at first, and then it kind of took over to just me being me, and then I don't really talk to them anymore, but no hard feelings, just life happens. And I really found that I enjoyed it, and I find that a lot of people like just assume that a girl like me already does content and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's just an easy win, I guess.
I've been asked like, "What's your link?" And I was like I said, back in the day, I thought about going into porn. I went to a meeting once, so I'm very interested by
Mhm.
everyone that does it. I just kind of went into the mom route and got older, and I appreciate now interviewing you guys and learning about it. So, what's something that's off limits for you that you're like, no, I'm not going to do that and put that on my content?
Oh, I would say something that I'm really careful about is sexualizing youth and minors.
Mm,
Um, I don't mind like some people do like family role play or whatever, but I just tend to be very careful about fetishizing youth just because I feel like it's not a healthy dynamic in real life either. And, I believe that anybody with nuance can do whatever they choose behind closed doors. But just, I feel like we have to be aware of what we do put out because when we put it out, it's not ours anymore. Other people view it and, interpret it and use it as they please as well. So,
yeah. I think that's really healthy. I recently have watched, Bonnie Blue and a lot of her
mhm.
interviews and everything that's unfolded. On one hand, I'm so supportive of a woman wanting to have sex with over 1,000 people. On the other hand, she's been really driving home the I love 18. I love barely legal. Let me get your son. If he's 16, 17, give him to me in a year or two. That kind of
Right.
shocks me. And I'm not a fan of the like going for the super young. I don't know.
I definitely agree because that can definitely be predatory behavior and, just manipulate young people. And it seems like we already have a problem with high profile and powerful figures abusing minors and abusing youth. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell, we still don't have the list, Jeffrey
Yeah,
Epstein and
exactly.
like, well, yeah, it's been going on for years, unfortunately, though, the since medieval times and documented in movies on it that it's disgusting, but it's so weird. Everyone has like a fetish, and you hope that
Mhm.
their fetish is legal and something that I don't care if it's weird, right? Like I like weird people into weird shit. Let's just not involve young kids. Let's leave
Exactly.
them out of it, and do stuff in your age. Okay, by the way, speaking of like kinks and stuff like
Mhm.
that, do you have someone that's come to you and said, "Hey, I have this kink. Could you perform this for me?" And it was kind of funny or shocking or you were surprised?
Oh, I don't know. I've seen like a wide array of kinks, so there's not really something that's like super weird for me. Like I guess there's things that people might not think that there's specific kinks around. Like I have a fan who really enjoys armpits and has an armpit fetish like randomly, which I would never guess that was even a thing
Yeah.
before I got into this lifestyle, if that makes sense.
No,
Um,
armpits and feet are very common because they're
yeah.
known as disgusting. So it's the
Mhm.
whole I love every single part of you.
Yeah. So
And I
that was
get that.
something that
The
I,
ass eating too,
yeah,
like I'm going to love every part of you that society would say is not acceptable.
yeah, totally. I get that 100%. Um, and then I guess something that I wasn't aware of either is I knew of like fetish clothing and stuff like that, but I guess I just didn't realize like how much people like really found it gratifying and like how satisfying like people found like clothing and textures and specific stuff like that and like latex and vinyl and leather. Like I knew it was a sensory thing, but a lot of people are really, really satisfied by that sort of thing. So I find that really interesting as well. How
Have you
like
ever done like a
things
full gimp suit?
I want to so bad. I don't have like a lot of money to spend on stuff like that, unfortunately, at the moment, but that is like something that I would love to have in the future.
That would be bad. I love like a dominatrix vibe, like a female in charge. That's powerful.
Yeah, I would love a
Um,
nice little latex suit for sure.
yeah. Have you pegged a guy?
No, that's something I want to do so bad though.
Yeah, it's so empowering.
It is.
Like you're so in charge and I swear I've suggested it for years. I'm like, once you try it, it's gonna be hard to put back in the box as something you just tried.
Yes, like I love watching women do it, and I love like strapping girls too is something that I love doing. So I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, yeah. And do you date women and men?
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you
Mhm.
prefer one or the other, or it's just kind of both?
I would say kind of both. I would say I have a history more of being with men, but that I don't like have a specific preference. It's more about just like who they are, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I felt when I was dating both quite frequently more when I was younger? It was easier to date men. It's not that I didn't love women and want to date women, but it was harder to find a woman. I have masculine energy. And so I don't know, sometimes that was a lot or the pool's smaller for
Hmm.
women that want to date
Definitely.
women. So I think
Yeah.
that throws a wrench in it. Do you go for more mask women or more feminine women or is it more of what do they call that? Not plutonic, but when you connect mentally. There's a word
Oh,
for it. It
like
starts with it.
like a demisexual, is that what you're thinking
Yeah,
of?
like when you mentally, yeah. Do you mentally connect or do you kind of have like a type when you date women?
I would say with women that my attraction and like my love towards them is different than like my affection that I have towards men usually, unless like they have a more feminine energy. With women, it's much more of like a very sapphic, like you said, demisexual, like mental connection. Not that I'm also not physically attracted to them, but it's like it's just a different type of connection if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But I would say that I find myself going for, I mean, both, honestly. I think I have a history more with mask women, but I love femme women too. And I tend to have like gender fluid energy as well. So I have
I
space
like
for both.
shaved heads on motorcycles, like full on tough chick.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
I
love
wanted to
that
jump
energy
on the
too.
back of the motorcycle and then be owned.
Yes, I love that.
um, have you ever stripped?
I have not specifically done stripping. I've done burlesque before, which is very similar. Stripping for nerds, as I like to think of it as, but
I like
that's
calling it
super
that.
fun.
That's fun.
But I definitely want to. I've wanted to learn more of like pole and lyra and flow arts and stuff like that. I just haven't had the time to do so because I've been focused on like doing content creation and then like my other job as well. So that's something I've been wanting to pick up. I've just been waiting for the opportunity.
You'd kick ass at stripping. I think you should do it.
Thank you.
I'm like all
Yeah.
about it. I did it for years and it was like, but I have heard from my friends, the money's changed. And I don't know if it's because of all of the online opportunity or whatnot, but when I started 22 years ago, there wasn't, we were handing out DVDs. Like that was how you kind of watch things a lot. There was online, but to get that personal interaction, you had to go to the strip club. And now with OnlyFans, you can get that personal interaction that you want. So I don't think you're making the money that you used to make in the club, is what I hear.
That completely makes sense because people are also gonna like want to do those things out of the comfort of their home and convenience as
Yeah.
well. Whereas like a club, you gotta like go in, pay a fee, and then usually you're there like, drinking and eating or whatever. So just like, yeah, I can totally see that, but I would
We're
still be
becoming
interested.
more, you should try it out. But I would say we're isolating ourselves as a society more and more.
Definitely, yeah,
It's
technology does
not
that,
good.
definitely.
Yeah. And we think we're talking to people, but really in person is so much healthier and more gratifying. Do
Definitely.
you have like speaking of just staying home and being on, like, do you have like a mental health getting out and doing something that's really good for you that you suggest?
Oh, so I'm an artist as well, so I love painting. It is one of my favorite things to do, or drawing. That's just like a great little, not really escape because I'm very focused on what I'm doing, but it's like a good little meditation for me. And I also live in a very nice place with a lot of natural beauty.
Oh, cool.
So I definitely suggest going outside and hiking, connecting with nature, doing stuff like that. Um, and I
Nice.
have animals too, so I love connecting with them and hanging out with my cats and stuff. Always makes me feel good.
Yeah, I saw a cat.
Yeah.
What's your cat's names?
So I have three. I have Anubis, Ra, and Sekhmet. They're all named after Egyptian gods.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. I have one and I'm bringing home another one next month. So I'm really
Oh, how
excited to,
exciting.
yeah, an all black one too. And I'm just like, oh, that's, I know. I can't wait. So
I love
cats
black
are so
people.
neat. Like, and they really do protect us. They have positive energy that can protect us
Mhm.
from like evil spirits. And also, have you ever had your cats know who's a good person and who's not? Like, my cat loves everyone. She's really friendly, but she hasn't liked
Mhm.
two people right off the bat, and they ended up being shitty people. It's
She vibe checked
crazy.
and she knew.
Yeah. Has yours ever done that? Like, knew someone was a shitty
Um,
person?
I would say like the people that I usually invite into my home are people that are usually pretty close to me already, so I kind of have like had years with them already, but I would say
Well,
that
one of
two of
them was
them.
my mom. I'm not talking about a stranger. Like,
Oh
she's a shitty person.
no.
And my cat would try to attack her. We don't talk anymore. And like, my cat doesn't attack anyone. She's a sweetheart. And then she would just randomly claw and like try to jump on her. And I'm like, My mom was a dick. So listen to your
She
cats."
knew.
Yeah. But no,
Yeah.
you've never had like somebody and your cat just was like bad vibes.
Not really. I do have one, Raw. He's definitely very shy, so like usually if anybody is at the door, like he will run away, but Anubis is kind of his protector. So if
Oh,
he sees that Anubis like comes out and greets somebody, Anubis is very like intuitive. Then usually he feels more confident to come out and like say hi to the person, whoever. But he used to be very shy when we first got him. He hid for about an entire month, but then once he started coming out, he realized that he was safe and that everything was good. And since we've had him, he's gotten a little bit more confident. So he would definitely hide. But most of the people I brought over, he has usually warmed up on, which is nice. And then the other two, I would say, are pretty social.
way cool. What
Oh,
about
come
we got
here.
yeah, grab one in here.
Ooh,
We
he's Anubis.
Oh my gosh, so that's what the one I'm bringing home's gonna look like that. He's a long-haired black cat, and that's what his dad looks like.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, and then I got a tuxedo right now,
Oh, I
but
have a
short hair.
tuxedo.
Those are I
That's
love
so funny.
tuxies. They're the huskies, and they really like, she is so vocal and silly and outgoing, and wants to, when I take a bath, she wants to jump up on the bubble bath and like hit the bubbles. She's just a little
Oh,
weirdo.
that's so
Okay, so
cute.
Halloween's Friday. I'm excited.
Yes.
Do you have any plans? Are you dressing up?
Yes, I am gonna dress up. I'm probably gonna go out with one of my friends and just explore downtown and probably take some pictures. I have a couple costumes. I got a Bayonetta cosplay and then I got a Gengar cosplay. So I'm not sure if you're a
Oh.
gamer.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked into it. I don't game anymore. I used to game
Mhm.
all the time, and I swear you just hit midlife and I'm just fucking tired all the time. Like, I can sit and think about gaming and just go to bed. So, I want to do more hobbies, but I have kids and I'm just grinding, and I hit the bed and just fucking pass out. But what
I
games
totally
do
get
you
that.
play? What are the cool games?
So it's actually been a minute since I've gamed as well for kind of similar reasons. And also I lost access to my PS4 account, which bummed me out for a while.
Oh no.
But I play a variety of things. I really like role-playing games. I really want to get into Baldur's Gate, and I also enjoy first-player shooter games. So I've played like all the Battlefields. I really enjoy those. Call of Duty, of course, classic. So
Very
just
cool.
random games, and then yeah.
Mine are into the Roblox right now. They're obsessed.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. And brain rot, this Italian brain rot thing where they're saying things that doesn't make sense. I don't understand it, but it's cute.
That's funny.
Oh, what is a job? This is a question I had that you still want to try.
Ooh, a job that I want to try. Like just in general or in
That you're like, yeah,
sector?
this is a job I want to do that I really would like to end up in or I haven't got to try out yet.
So I really want to be a tattoo artist, which I'm working on. I'm apprenticing right now, so I'm still learning, but
Cool.
that's what I really want to expand into eventually.
God, I love tattoos. I would love to be a tattoo artist, but I suck at drawing. Like I cannot draw a fucking stick figure.
Oh no,
I
it
know.
takes
You're
so
pretty
much
good. So you're pretty
practice.
good. Well, you paint. Okay, so you
Mhm,
paint, you draw, you're very artsy. So that
mhm.
should be easy to go. It scary? Have you like, messed around on yourself or your friend the first time with the tattoo gun?
I've tattooed people before, and it definitely can be scary, but I started out as a professional piercer. So I think because I kind of have like my nerves and my confidence like built up from piercing that like even if I do get nervous or panic, like I still know how to handle myself and handle it. Because I was definitely nervous for the first 6 months or so of my piercing apprenticeship, like sweating bullets, like trying not to have a shaky hand all the time, that type of nervousness. But eventually you
Yeah.
just get good, get confident, and kind of like ground yourself and get over it, even if, there's moments of like panic or if you're like, oh shit, something is happening. You just kind of know how to
Anyone
handle
would
it.
be nervous, being a piercer or tattooer. I saw a podcast with Cardi B that
Mhm.
she got her asshole pierced and lost it. It was like a $3,000 diamond and flushed it by accident. Have you pierced someone's asshole? Is this a thing?
I have not. We always make a joke, actually. We walk into the shop and we're like, I'd like to get one butthole piercing, please. So that's hilarious
Yeah.
that you bring that up because that's a joke that we have like literally all the time. So I personally haven't. My mentor who taught me how to pierce, she has actually like pierced someone's butt crack before, which you can do like a surface piercing on. So that's kind of
I
crazy.
just
But
think like from an aspect of cleanliness,
mhm.
that would be hard to not get infected. I
Yeah,
wouldn't want to.
definitely.
I've gotten everything on my face pierced, the belly button, the boobs. Have you pierced someone's clit?
I haven't pierced through the clitoris, but I've done the vertical clit hood piercing, which is basically on the skin right above the clit. So it just like sits on top of it, but it doesn't go through the actual clitoral nerve.
Oh
Usually
God.
people don't get
Oh
that
God.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
usually I don't recommend that either because you can actually like damage the nerve by accident and end up like losing feeling. So usually I just say go for the hood because it's just a little thin piece of skin. That's
That
pretty
just
easy.
hurt me thinking about getting a clit piercing. But yeah, I guess I meant the hood because I've dated women that have had it pierced and it was just the
Mhm,
hood. So
mhm.
I didn't even know you could get the full real clit piercing. And be
Yeah,
honest, I
you
don't like that
can, but
piercing. It's in the way. It like clicks your teeth and you're gonna chip a tooth. It's I don't know. It's not one of those like I think that helps out when you're trying to go down on someone. It's more in the
yeah.
way.
Yeah, I think that one is not really meant for like oral pleasure. I think that one is more to like just put pressure on it for like I don't know, any other type of simulation is at least, or stimulation, I should say, is what I've heard before, but I'm not 100% sure, but who knows?
Or it's just like fuck it, why not? Like why
Yeah.
not just do it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how
Um
piercing started, is just in kink and underground culture, so they're probably just like, let's see what happens.
Have you ever, when I was 14, I asked to get my belly button
Mhm,
pierced and my parents said no. So I took the ice
mhm.
cube and the safety pin in the game room and then I pierced really bad, like thinly with a fucking safety pin. Have you ever like pierced yourself or tried to pierce when you were younger?
When I was younger, I like had a moment where I was like gonna try and pierce my own nose, but then I think I was like using a thumbtack or something like completely fucking stupid, and I just like held it up to my face, and I was just like, this is just not a good idea. Like I should just not do this, and then I stopped. But most people
Yeah.
do come into my piercing room and then they immediately like tell me about the story where they're like, "Oh yeah, one time I went and pierced my own septum in my high school bathroom," and funny
Yeah.
little stories like that.
Not smart though. Go to you. Go to a professional because obviously I had to go
Yes.
into a tattoo shop then and I got it professionally pierced and now I have like two scars, you know. It's pretty cool. Oh, okay. Another question I had is what's your advice for women that want to get in the industry?
Mm. I would say, firstly, be careful of predatory management agencies and stuff like that. I'm definitely not against hiring help if you need help. There's plenty of independent people you can hire to help you with posting or, whatever you might need help with. So just be really careful because you will have a ton of people like inbox you or whatever about being in a management agency, but it
Yeah,
just too good to be true, if that makes sense. And also definitely know your limits and know what you're comfortable with and don't stray outside of those things for money or for anything else because it will damage your mental health.
yeah.
And
Stay true to
it's just a
yourself.
good, yeah, it's a very good personal practice just to be able to have good boundaries and just to like solidly know what you're comfortable with, and it's just a good mental health practice.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Bella, for telling us all of this and enlightening us and let us know how to find you on everywhere. What's your screen names?
All right. So right now, my current Instagram is just beautiful Belladonna Draconis, I believe. And then my OF pages are Bella Draconis and then Bella Draconis VIP. You can also find me on OFTV as Benevolent Belladonna. I'm working on more OFTV videos as well.
I
Um,
love it. There's a
yeah, and I'm
winery called
usually.
Draconis that I love the wine from.
What did you say? I'm so sorry.
There's a winery called Draconis in Northern
Oh, is there?
California where I live that has dragons all over it that I love to go and drink their wine at. So that's what it reminded me of.
Oh, wow. I'll definitely have to visit. That's so cool.
Yeah, or order some wine and then
Yeah.
take a photo or hit them up, say, "Hey, you should pay me to model and hold your wine."
Yes.
Cross
It's
promote.
awesome, right?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for stopping by and hopefully the Instagram stays up. We can keep following you and catch up.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me.